Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, don't forget this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so just take what resonates. But as well, thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions to this channel if you haven't done so already. The overall message I channeled for this upcoming Saturday, we got watching closely. Watching closely. I hope the lighting's okay. Anyways, I'm going to stick with it. We're going to start by pulling an overall focus for the day from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck, and then we'll further pull a layered spread with the Light Seers Tarot deck. Alrighty, let's do some shuffling. I just saw activation and enlightenment at the split deck. I truly feel like there's a potential to have an activation within oneself throughout this Saturday in regards to somebody who's watching a bit too closely, potentially spying, or in regards to what you feel the inclination or the push to watch closely, to pay attention to, potentially too closely, okay? Too close of a watch. Anyways, to begin for this upcoming Saturday. Interesting, we got prosperity and grace coming out. An underlying focus on the joy you should be experiencing in the midst of a transmutation. I read it as transformation at first, though. A reminder that you're protected all the meanwhile. Bear with me as I struggle. But yeah, there's a focus on prosperity and grace throughout the day. Okay, needing to embody a level of grace as you do what you have to do throughout the Saturday, or you discover certain eye-opening details, truths about somebody else, or just what you've been working towards. I feel like if you own a business, or you run a business, or you have a project you've been working to get off the ground, or even through your job, if you're working throughout this Saturday, you're watching it so intently, seeing where the analytics are going, the numbers, you know, how the clientele and customer numbers are doing. I just feel like you are watching something very closely, and or again learning more about who is watching you. Alrighty, we're gonna pull from the Light Seers deck. They're saying it's time to know the truth. It's time to know the truth. We have the Ten of Wands and the Page of Wands coming out. Focused on why things have been feeling a bit heavy recently. You could find at the beginning of this day, or just certain parts feel a bit bland, a bit dreary, or just, it could be the weather is what I'm hearing, but just feeling a little bit heavy in energy for one reason or another. It could be outside of you, it could be within you, or it could be both. But I just feel like also there's a push to recognize what's making you feel a bit anxious, or who around you is feeling a bit on edge for one reason or another. A reminder throughout this day that you don't have to be running around or just depressed in order to be anxious. Does that make sense? It comes in a multitude of forms. I don't know why that's coming through. To deal with certain obstacles as that, or like that, with a level of grace. As my heart starts to race. Anyways, what's feeling heavy and why? With the Sun card, a completion to something in the near future will leave you so damn happy, and you can't help but think about that in the midst of a situation that isn't perfect for oneself. Okay, thinking about somebody noticing how happy you truly are, even if within or just behind closed doors you're dealing with a lot. I can't help but feel like somebody's being spied upon, or at the very least viewed in a very public manner. You know, say you're online like I am, like this, or even through your social media accounts. Somebody or multiple people are viewing you in a very high honor, but also in a very nosy way, okay? The Devil and the Five of Cups coming out. Feeling as if you're expecting the worst when it comes to people, or just a situation that you're wrapped up with, or both. Overthinking, feeling overworked, feeling as if your spirituality is a bit controlling or a bit much to deal with throughout this Saturday. Let's keep moving with the cards. The Star, I need to keep the hope alive, feeling a bit disappointed, a bit heartbroken, or just again, the information you're being given, the truth, or just maybe some noise in the background as there is a level of construction or whatever it is, just leaving you a bit distraught or just a little bit emotional. It could remind you of what you're going through outside of that. With the Wheel, the Four of Wands, and the High Priestess, it's a day where things are happening for you. You're reminded that luck is on your side with a change in the near future. With the High Priestess, definitely a spiritually connected day where you're getting downloads. It could be spirit definitely informing you of what is taking place behind other closed doors, right? Who's watching closely, or just the future of what you can't take your eyes off of. They're reminding me of how often I check my channel and its analytics. It could be something like that for sure. There's going to be a focus on your connection to the moon at the beginning or the end of this Saturday for one reason or another. A lot of reasons to celebrate for one reason or another. It's like you want to relax, but you have a lot to accomplish, or you feel obligated to do a lot, or you can feel like the energy is just making you feel the need to keep going back to that Page of Wands. Desiring a fresh, passionate start, to say the least. And it's interesting I put this here. Try not to expect the worst when it comes to that fresh start, or when it comes to the energy in the air. Overthinking, leaving things feeling again a bit heavier than need be. So just try to snap out of it, right? And take that in the best light possible. Try to bring it back to an optimistic, positive way of being. As I truly feel like you're being reminded of how much is transforming, how much is changing, and what's growing in your situation, whether it's a business, a project, including oneself, right? Your personal soul transformation. And even if you get a bit nervous throughout this day, or just a little bit distraught once again, they're trying to push you to focus on the positives while coming to terms with a negative, or potentially, or just some disheartening news once again. Being pushed to recognize that you deserve to re-implement, or just recognize how to bring one's energy back up in a positive light, or reground oneself, right? Keep that vibration high, or bring it back to where it needs to be. I can't help but focus on the dice here, or the die. The luck being on your side in the midst of the prosperity you're gaining, being one with a level of abundance for oneself. Beautiful. Let's keep pulling some cards. Ten of Pentacles and Justice, a focus on you being burnt out in the midst of acquiring that Ten of Pentacles lifestyle. They're saying trucking forward, right? Putting in that effort, taking steps towards what would be this Ten of Pentacles lifestyle for you. You can see the family imagery there, and just obviously what the Ten of Pentacles represents, you know, financial stability, comfort, happiness, and you just wanting that peaceful justice and balance that you so deserve, and has been on your mind for a long time coming. But again, feeling a bit burnt out, a bit depleted in the midst of all of which. They're saying you'll get there. And so all the meanwhile, there's a focus on a level of conflict that you dealt with in the past, or what feels like a never-ending battle up until this point, or that you dealt with, you know, up until a certain point recently. They're pushing you, or you might find it hard not to compare or think back to it. Again, it could have to do with your spirituality. It could be certain reminders through objects, conversations, you name it. It's going to differ from case to case. But with the Seven of Wands and the Four of Cups and the Two of Cups, it's as if you have a lot of people coming towards you, right? It could be positive confirmation, excuse me. Interesting. It could be compliments, praise, you name it. But all the meanwhile, you can't help but not be in the mood, right? You're not feeling it. It's like, yes, this is good, but I need to protect my inner peace. Because all the meanwhile, you do have a specific somebody who you know is watching, or you know is intently observing in the wrong manner, which rubs you the wrong way. And if that doesn't pertain to you, so be it. But it just feels like all the meanwhile, you could have somebody specific coming towards you, and you're just not in the mood either way for one reason or another. They're saying, well, trust your intuition, because that is going to lead you, or lead you away from what's not working for you, okay? Lead you in the right direction, or lead you away from what's not working for you. That's what I'm getting, okay? The Three of Cups, you could be pushed to just focus on friendships moving forward, if that so resonates with you. This is a very odd reading. but I feel like it's going to be a very odd, sort of eerie kind of day. With the Worlds and the Eight of Wands, a lot of communication throughout this day, whether you're responding, participating, or not. Being reminded that the transformation of your world, which affects your individual soul transformation, is happening at a rapid pace, whether you're buckled up and ready for the ride or not. It's a day where you're being reminded, once again, somebody's watching closely, there's a huge focus on what you are watching closely and how it all plays into the transformation of oneself and your individual worlds. So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing Saturday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.